Sanda fight. How do you control the ring? How do you stay on the lei tai? How do you control the space to the center so you're not so easily pushed off?
We'll look back at the tape of this match and see himself what he can improve upon. Well, now we have an interesting match, the men's 85-kilogram bout between Amir Fazli from Iran. And that's an interesting character, beaten one of the poster boys of the sport of Sanda for so many years, Muslim Salikov, back in 2013 in the 80-kilogram class. Now boxing in the 85-kilogram class. Amir, world champion last year, up against the man we saw yesterday, Xavier Foupapokam, world championship bronze medalist from France. Wasn't far off yesterday, was he, Xavier?
Well, we see has good energy coming in, having fought against an opponent that didn't have to fight yesterday. So we'll see how that holds up through the round, because we know that Fazli is a strong fighter. I can see slightly better precision in Xavier's technique this morning. How that holds up in the, we're only in 20 seconds of the fight. Let's see.
Goes down there following that attack.
And he hasn't had to weather many heavy blows from Fazli, so we'll see what happens
when he starts going through the gears.
Fazli's trying to get he's a slightly shorter fighter, so he's trying to get his range with Xavier. Xavier's off the lei tai, and there's one.
Looks as though he's going to take him with him, but he managed to find his way out of that grip.
I would not be surprised if Fazli went for the push-off again, shortening his
opening round.
Yes. That was a nice thigh kick. See Fazli warming up a little bit here.
Frenchman perhaps aware of what you were talking about, owning the center of the lei tai to avoid being thrown off. And here's his chance.
And he's off again.
There it is. So the first round then going to the world champion.
When you look at the point spread for what Fazli built, we also have a case where these fighters know that Xavier, strong fighter, was able to be pushed off the lei tai yesterday. So it's possible, it's in their mind, it's possible, and Fazli's just done it again.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony, if a fighter falls during an attack of his own, even if the opponent isn't part of that process, it's still a point.
Loss of balance. If it's a loss of balance and he falls and the opponent is still standing, that opponent won 2 points.
Okay. It's costly to miss time and attack. We saw it there in the first round from Xavier.
That's right. So in this instance, there's this interesting scenario. Fazli wants to get some techniques out because he wants to warm up. He's got more fights coming up, and at the same time not spend too much energy. So we might see this balance of using the fight to warm up and at the same time not expending too much more energy, because Xavier wants to get this round back.
Yeah, he's a capable fighter.
That's right.
Early on in tournaments, fighters working on their timing, getting used to the lei tai.
That's a nice combination from Xavier.
Ducks away from that punch. So quick there. He ducked away. Xavier looking for a right hand, which he missed.
And off the lei tai once.
Punished.
But if you notice, Xavier was down and Fazli didn't try and get him off the lei tai before. he's trying to throw some technique out there because he needs little time on the
lay tie. So using this as a type of sparring.
right.
It could be a dangerous game.
Right. And there he's to get him off the lay tie again. So he's had about a minute there, and maybe we need to get this over with. Yeah.
Xavier hanging on.
Xavier is rangy, so Fazli's really trying to figure out how to do it, and Xavier hung on that time.
Well, one of the things that strikes me from my time commentating boxing is that the jab is seldom used.
Well, we saw
keep a fighter at bay, because this is a perfect opportunity with Xavier being so much taller and possibly having a lot of advantage in terms of reach, and keeping your opponent at bay with a classic jab could give him the opportunity to use those long legs.
Could. He knows that Fazli also has good legs. He's seen Fazli give him a push kick, so there's a shorter distance to go. We saw some effective side kicks from China. Shorter distance to go, that leg coming up high, someone getting in.
Obviously been cut there. Fazli has a cut over his right or left eye.
Not enough yet for them to stop the fight, which is interesting. We're down to the last 10 seconds.
But it will make his next fight interesting. He's going to go safely through this one.
Xavier clearly brought a lot of energy to this fight. You see him worn down a little bit. They've done a lot of wrestling, but he fought a very strong opponent this morning, and he really tried to hang in there.
Well, it's two tough fights for the Frenchman.
For sure.
It's going to be an interesting last fight in this round robin between Wang and Fazli. It's a win for Iran and the world champion. And they'll work on that cut. Hopefully it won't